Right, good evening. Oh, it's gone wrong again. Bear with me a second, everybody. I thought I'd fixed it, but it is a stubborn issue. My connection is playing up a little bit, which is ruining what should have been a wonderful show. So, I'll fix it. I can see what's wrong. We'll be live in a moment. Disable this little service. I'll behave. Won't let me. So, this is live troubleshooting while I fix my connection issues, but it will smooth off entirely, so please bear with me a second while I make that so. I'm not allowed to stop it. Curious. Stop. Gaming services, stop. Let's see. Yeah, I think Q&Asa may need to be abandoned today while I sort this. Dark Souls will happen. I'll have it fixed by then. So, Double O Gamer, you haven't missed one. You haven't missed one. It will be back. But I've got some Windows issues to fix before I can live stream. So, I'm going to have to skip this and apologize and come back another time. Yeah. Yeah. Is it working now? Not for long. Yeah, anyway, Casey Batman, hello, welcome. It's all going wrong. So, I'm going to stop this for now. I'm going to come back for Dark Souls 3 in like an hour, probably, and have a good old play of that. Don't know if you can hear me because I can see my connection's balked again. So, apologies. It's half working. I mean, it's definitely about to go wrong. Oh, unless it's finished its download now. It's just dropped back to normal. Interesting. We might be okay. We might be okay. Very frustrating that I pay so much for a connection and bloody Xbox gaming services takes it out. But it did. I think it's done now. I think we're okay. So, welcome everybody to a rough start in Q&Asa, where we talk about stuff, games, things we've been playing, all of that kind of stuff. The vertical stream is there and available if you want to watch vertically, but I'm doing the YouTube automatic vertical stream, which does something. I don't need to set it up as a separate thing. It's just there. So people will be turning up from the shorts feed if they want to, but it's not a separate event. They just get an automatic slice down the middle of the screen, which works okay because it looks like this now. So it's fine. Tony, thank you for popping in to insult my accuracy, but actually I've improved since you last saw me shoot things. I'm at 0.000002 now, more or less. I think so. Still, you'd have to watch for a long time to see me hit anything, but it is getting there. Talk to me, everybody. You know how Q&Asa works. It is just a conversation back and forth. You talk to me, you talk to each other. It's very relaxed. We mostly talk about games. If it goes off topic a little bit, that is just fine. I'm on Twitch and on YouTube, so you can talk wherever you want. I can't link the two chats together because Twitch won't let me without getting all grumpy. But yeah, that's where we are. We always start talking about stuff we've been playing. I haven't been playing that much, so I'm going to lean on you good people to tell me more about what you've been playing. I have got a couple of things that I'll reel off and talk about. A couple of things that I have played over the last week or so. A couple of things that I've been working on in my little game development journey. Couple of things. That's about it. That's all I've got for you. And there may be some other topics and bits and pieces going around as well. So, I didn't tell anybody that this show was happening, so it might be a quiet one. That's all right. I need a little reprieve from the 23,000 people that watched Dark Souls 3 last week, because you know this is going to be the first time I've played that since, and I expect all 23,000 of them to come back for an update on Yarm the Giant or whatever he's called. You're anybody? Yes, you are. There are people here that are real and appreciated. Don't get me wrong. Apologies for any heart attacks caused. Nate, how's it going? Start telling me, people, what you've been playing. Somebody's taken your spanner. I can see your spanner. Your spanner is there and visible on the view that I have of chat via my bot, so it's still going to be working. You should still have all of the power that you had before. It's a shield for you now. Oh, oh yeah, I can see it on a different chat view. I can see you've got a shield now. I mean to give that to Chronic as well. I keep forgetting to sort it out. Chronic, I will try and have that for you before Dark Souls 3 starts. Because, you know, I can't guarantee that all the 23,000 people that come back are going to be like good eggs, you know. On here and on everywhere, I don't know what's happening. You might be able to do that actually, Ella, I don't know. You can have a little look around and see what powers you've got in the studio. Nate, you're trying to get Outer Worlds 2 and Avowed completed. Are you playing them simultaneously? Because I definitely mean to play Avowed before I look at Outer Worlds 2. But I also want to play Pillars of Eternity 1 and 2 before I touch Avowed. So talking hundreds of hours before I get to the end of the Outer Worlds 2. Despite it being a game that I do quite want to play. And you finished South of Midnight. South of Midnight I actually really liked. Not like, oh, it's one of my top games ever or anything, but I quite liked quite a lot about it. How did you find it? Feel free to disagree with me, because, you know, that's fine. I'm not here to dictate what you do and don't like and stuff like that. But, yeah, I can't remember that much about it anymore, but I did like it. So. Oh. Early, you play Minecraft. Have you got a counter of, like, days, real days or in-game days since last unexpected death? Or expected death, I guess. Probably come to expect them by now. Not sure on which to pick first. So, you rated South of Midnight and you're not sure on which to pick first, so you haven't started Avowed or the Outer Worlds. So typically if it were me and I didn't have like, I didn't have my need to play the prequels for Avowed, I just had 2 games and I wanted to play them both, I would probably try and do the shortest one first. But I don't know which one that is in this case because I've not played either of them. I mean, I really liked the first Outer Worlds, more or less. But Avowed appeals to me more than Outer Worlds 2. And it's supposed to be, going by what I've heard, not what I've played because I haven't touched it, it's supposed to be like premium, that's a terrible word, but a good standard of RPG combat. Have I seen Mugenics? I've seen Jason Schreier talking about Mugenics an awful lot, saying that it's brilliant and all the rest of it. Saw someone say that people that like Final Fantasy Tactics would love it. No, it's not even a tactics game, is it? Let's have a little look, because it could be, I could be entirely wrong. I assumed it was just a roguelike game like all of the other games. Hold on, finding Mugenics. Is it made by a guy called Edmund? Or is this just someone that's stolen the trailer? No, I think it is made by this guy, so we'll do it. Hang on, it's loud for me. It's not supposed to be. Right, here comes the Mugenics trailer. It's only going to be small because I don't do things like I used to anymore. It's just going to sit in the corner in front of my face. And I'm waiting to see if it is a tactics game or not. I know it's like breed cats to go into combat. Oh, okay, so I can see the grid. So it is that style of game. I do like a tactics game, but for me they're always driven by the story, and this doesn't presumably play out like that. I don't know, it's getting lots of good scores though. And it has that almost behemoth art style, not entirely, but okay, I put it on the list of things that I do actually want to play sometime. Oh, he did make Binding of Isaac, so it's not, when they say it's a worthy successor to Binding of Isaac, they don't mean it's the same kind of game, they mean it's made by the same person. Nothing short of magnificent. Wow. I want to play Final Fantasy Tactics first though, and like various Fire Emblem games, and maybe Tactics Ogre, and actually play Triangle Strategy properly, because I started it in VR and then got upset. Not upset, but you know. Who's gone? Have I gone? Oh, Chronic's gone. That's difficult. You need his name so you can find his channel. He'll be back when Dark Souls 3 starts, and it'll be too late to help. Yeah, so that looks kind of interesting actually. Captivating and fascinating, both better alternative words for interesting. Can't speak, you're eating chicken and black bean sauce with rice. Fair. Fair. Don't go into a coma though, because you'll miss plenty of Dark Souls 3 if you do. Which is, I'm not threatening you. Oh no, I've gone out of sync. Wait. Twitch and... balls. Okay, we're back. Everything's good. Chronic has a shield now as well. Chronic, thank you. I am counting on you to... Not really, it's okay. You don't need to do anything that you don't want to do, but just having you on hand, because you're always there when I'm playing these games anyway, makes a lot of sense to me as trusted person to kick out bad actors. Speaking of which, Dave Mack is not one of those. How's it going, Dave Mack? You think Dragon Quest VII Reimagined also came out this week? It definitely did all come out this week. I've got no affinity for the Dragon blah blah games that we're talking about, you know, Dragon Quest, but I do want to play that because it's a series that I feel like I probably should have played more than I have. Double O Gamer, you don't need to be sorry at all. I did answer your question. It is Dark Souls 3 today. You haven't missed anything. I haven't played it since this time last week. So yeah, I'm fully expecting all 23,000 people to come back and see my progress, see how I fare with Yarm the Giant, which I'm sure is going to go brilliantly because I'm very overconfident. I've completely forgotten how many times I died last week. What channel did I play Dark Souls on? The other one. On YouTube, it's on the Asa Games channel. On Twitch, I've only got the one channel that I do both on. So yes, it will be there. What have you been playing, Double O Gamer? This is what we do over here. It's just a little conversation and talk about games that we played and what's good and what's bad and what's happening and all the rest of it before we get into some Dark Souls. So don't know much about you as that Dark Souls 3 stream was the first time I encountered you, but feel free to chip in with the conversation if you want, or don't worry if you'd rather not. That's also absolutely fine. Wix, good evening. How's it going? What have you been up to? And yeah, same for everyone. So I've got Isla's been playing Minecraft, and nobody else from across YouTube, Twitch, and Discord has been playing games this week. No, Nate said actually. Nate's been finished South of Midnight and moving on to some other things. Avowed in the Outer Worlds. I've played Dark Souls 3, which went swimmingly. Yeah, going really... I really like that game. I was talking to somebody else today about it, where they should start in the Souls series, and I suggested they probably should start with Elden Ring, as it's a little more lenient if you are kind of finding your footing and don't know what to do. You've got more options to go and explore if you get stuck in Elden Ring. More options to go and power up and all the rest of it. But Dark Souls 3 is like the same tier of goodness. It's really bloody good game. I'm enjoying it a lot and look forward to playing that in a little bit. But I am not very good at Souls games, so it's taken me a while to crack on through it. Gaming with passion. I mean, you've been playing Counter-Strike 2. I didn't see. You've been streaming for like 5 hours at a time in the Silent Streaming Dome. Why are you doing it in the Silent Streaming Dome, by the way? You're very welcome to, but I'm just curious because I know you typically do enjoy talking to people as well. Is there something about Counter-Strike that makes you not a nice person for the duration? So you feel like you need to kind of shield the community from your frustrations as you get killed by Russians? Or is that not what's happening there? Chronic, you completed, you've eaten all your food, are you going to try and stay awake for some Dark Souls? See, the thing is though, Chronic, if you avoid food coma and manage to watch Dark Souls 3, then I'm going to feel like you're avoiding community games on purpose. So you're in a lose-lose situation now. You either miss Dark Souls 3 or you hurt my feelings. I recommend hurting my feelings because that's, you know, I'll bounce back. It'll be okay. You did put it in the streaming lounge, but no one came. Oh, sorry. Oh. Except that I have feelings. You can't use this stuff against me. Well, you can. You play Dark Souls 3, Lords of the Fallen, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Sea of Thieves, Call of Duty Zombies, and sometimes Turok 2. That's quite a list. That is quite a list. And when it started off with Dark Souls 3, Lords of the Fallen, Elden Ring, I thought it was going to be a list of Souls-like games, but actually you deviate quite a bit. I really like the combat in God of War. I have some issues with the story in Ragnarok, but I like the combat a lot. Sea of Thieves. I wish they had done some certain different things with the direction of it, but it's a good laugh. And zombies I can't get on board with. I don't like Call of Duty zombies at all from what I've played of it, which is none of the current version. But from what I played of last year's Call of Duty, I didn't get along with zombies at all. Turok 2 though, that's... I can't fault you there. Are you looking forward to the new one that was trailered at the Nintendo event? Isla, you can and you will. Well... I will practice my evasive maneuvers. It's fine. Fridays are takeaway days. There's a big difference between a dinner that you've made. Okay, Chronic. Okay, but Saturdays, when we have community games after the podcast that's returning this week. This week? What's the day now? What? Yeah, this week. The podcast comes back this week and we'll play some games afterwards. Yeah? No takeaway on a Saturday, is there, Chronic? Yeah, silly noises at you. Dave is hurt because he tried to play it and got destroyed by bots. Did you actually get Dave onto Counter-Strike? Because you mentioned it before, the keyboard and mouse training. Wait a minute, Double O Gamer, you used to hold a world record in zombies on Call of Duty. On which Call of Duty and what kind of world record? Because I only played, it must have been Black Ops 6, right, was last year's one. And I played it like once and got bored of running around in circles because it just goes wave after wave of running around the same kind of area. My Heritage is a game I've never played. But what kind of world record did you hold in zombies? And are you also good at like competitive Call of Duty? Mouse first room challenge and fastest to round 50. Okay. So you must be, like, to get that, you must be apt with the accuracy of the shooting and all the rest of it. But does that translate? Can you play competitive Call of Duty? Whatever modes you want? Or do you just not care for it? Chronic, I don't think Amin can force Dave Mack to play a game with no option. I'm sure he had a little element of curiosity that got him onto Counter-Strike, got him practicing. Tell me... Mouse and keyboard training, Aim Labs on Steam. Yeah, Amin is... So over on YouTube, you can't see him at the moment, but Amin that I play with on the Thursdays usually does all the aim training. Not sure he specifically got Aim Labs, but he's got that one that begins with K and he's got a subscription to some weird Counter-Strike service. I am, broadly speaking, terrible at competitive shooters. I used to play an awful lot of Quake 3 back when I was like a teenager, which was recent, fairly recent, but not that recent. I played a lot of that and got pretty good with that, but it was a different era and it taught me many bad habits for shooting games. So to this day I still just run around in the open jumping like a lunatic until I get exploded very quickly. But we might play Call of Duty sometime in community games. That's true. I mean, we could do. It is very available for the Game Pass crowd. And you play Fortnite from time to time. Fair, can't fault it. I don't like Fortnite myself. I played it in season 2. Got my Black Knight super armor skin, but fell off of it pretty much. Not that it's like unimpressive, but I'm pretty sure at this point I saw, what did I see going into Fortnite recently? It was characters from something really obscure, and it just made me think, like, if I were more inclined to pick up my phone, I reckon I would be in Fortnite by now, because everything is in Fortnite. I don't answer the phone. So Epic have probably been like leaving me voicemails, but Wix, you're actually tempted to jump back into Overwatch with the reboot launching soon. So tell me about this, because I saw the news that Overwatch is dropping the 2 and becoming Overwatch again, but I didn't see much around it as to things actually changing. I thought that was it. I thought they were just dropping the number, acknowledging that it's the same game and always was the same game. I didn't know it was a kind of relaunch of a sort. What are they shifting and changing that's made you tempted to jump back into it? Worm. I can see the word worm, but I can't see the context for it. Worm. Pancakes, worm. Okay, you're doing emojis and stuff. Good. They're adding 5 new heroes all at once. Okay, I guess. They normally, when Overwatch does a hero, it's normally like 1 per season, isn't it? And they let you play it ahead of the launch to sort out the balancing and stuff. But 5 new heroes to boot, then 1 more per chapter over the course of the year. I wonder what kind of design scope they've got. They must be scraping the barrel by now, surely. They've got every kind of fair and balanced shooting thing you can do, haven't they? The context was Worms community game. That's a good point, Isla. We do need to figure out this week's community games. Worms has become more difficult, mostly because it's not cross-platform. Maybe if we move to the PC one. So last time we played Worms, we did it on the Xbox. Episode 13 specifically did want to be involved though, but Craig, who reliably turns up for community games, can't. He's not got an Xbox anymore. So it becomes tricky. Not because you're difficult, because you could play on either, so you're actually quite easy in this context. But deciding where to play that particular game to keep people involved is a little bit tricky. Doesn't mean we can't do it. So we should probably discuss it on the Discord forum as I'm supposed to establish when it is happening. I do also want. So I mentioned the podcast comes back. The roundtable is back on Saturday, and I'm hoping that smoothly moves into some games afterwards. It probably won't. I doubt anyone will turn up for them, but I still want it to happen. So I need to get to organising those as well and see what suits on those days. In terms of multiplayer, I want more long term. I want to try Monster Hunter Wilds. I've been talking about it a fair amount, like hinting at it, seeing who will play with me, but nobody wants to. But I think it's time to get some Monster Hunter Wilds in. What with all of my MMORPGs completely flopping and failing me and shutting down left, right and centre or being boring, Monster Hunter Wilds might be closest alternative to a more stable multiplayer game for me. Jetpack Cat is one of the new heroes. Well, okay, I'll take it. Maybe I'll jump into Overwatch 2 as well. No, because I can't, because there is no Overwatch 2. Maybe I'll jump into Overwatch 2. You know, TOO, like you. And we can fight over who gets to be a Jetpack Cat. I actually meant to build like a bit of cat furniture to sit behind me so they can play while I stream, but they are still menaces. They will still just tear apart my PCs while I'm live. More so than I did when I was playing Dark Souls 3 last week, clearing out all the trash around a stupid, not boss, but a stupid cave troll bastard. Spent what felt like 17 hours clearing little slimes from a swamp ready to fight this thing. Engaged it, it's going alright. Then I turned on the Switch 2 with my big toe and crashed Dark Souls 3. That's what the cats would do. They'd be like my clumsy big toe. You're desperate to see cats. Yeah, well, if I had got my shit together, maybe you could have done right now. They could have been in the background, but not today. Not today. It's an experiment. Maybe they'll be ready next week. It's going to take some harsh discipline and strict training to keep them away from my wires. It's not going to work, but yeah, hopefully we'll get that going. What else we got? So I've also played the Dark Souls 3 I've mentioned already. Community games last week, we jumped on to the Outlast Trials. Don't know if you've ever seen the Outlast Trials, but it's quite grotesque, and that's its kind of signature, is just to be progressively more and more grotesque, and it's quite effective with it as like a body horror goes. So I'm not sure it was a very good idea to stream it on YouTube. And someone did pop into chat and say, like, I didn't think you could stream this here, raising the question of whether my channel would survive this community gaming session. But wait a minute, just get it done, you lazy fuck. Dave Mack, we're not all highly dexterous gardeners that can whip together a cat tower with our spare gardening tools and parts. It's going to take me a little bit of concentration, a little bit of thought, a little bit of effort. Not a lot, it's like 3 platforms and I've got an Allen key to put it together, but give me a chance, you know? Give me a break, give me some respite, give me some encouragement, give me some money. Give me nice things. Pushing it. Dave, you swore at me. You called me a lazy fuck. I recognise. Big toe of destruction, Chronic. It nearly ruined the whole session. How to access vertical? I don't know, Isla, but you don't need to. It's the same stream. So if you look at Twitch for vertical, all you need to do is tip your phone and it will swap you between them. YouTube's different. It is a different stream technically. but it just pushes it into the shorts feed. It's the same event, like the same chat. So if anybody goes into vertical and does the usual, like, what game is this, or whatever people normally say on vertical, it will just come through in the chat that you're in. You don't need to mod it separately or anything like that. Which is one and the same, which eventually they will all be. Right now, you don't get any control over what the vertical one looks like if you do it this way. Just so happens that for me, like, a vertical slice of this stream is like this portion. It's fine. It works. It's not a problem. So I keep it like this. Dave Mac do be speaking facts sometimes, but with quite a funny accent probably. No offense to anybody else that's got the Scottish twang. I do enjoy it. Facts or otherwise. So, Outlast Trials, grotesque. Typically, like, it's relatively mundane in the structure of its multiplayer missions. You jump in and it will be like kind of a repetitive task that you have to do through a few stages of the level to get to its climatic finish, which is usually something grim. It usually makes you murderize someone in a disgusting way, like slowly, painfully, pull off their limbs and watch the blood flow, hack off their legs with a hacksaw and all of this kind of stuff, burn them with acid, and you just go along with it because it's what the quest markers tell you to do. But it is quite disgusting, but also quite highly polished for something obscure like that. Works well, it's good. What's fake news? Why does YouTube default to top chat and not live chat? I don't know, Chronic. What game is this? The Outlast Trials was the game that I was talking about just then. Fake news. What game is this? Said hi. Oh, I see. You're being a vertical. Got ya. Yeah. What game is this? Is the common one. I'm not even going to say that. That's fine. So, what else have we got? I played something else. I played Borderlands 4 as well. I played Borderlands 4 with Amin, which is still a good game, even if they have broken it a little bit. Can I get more? That's the other one, Isla. Thank you. Subscribe is less common, but I do encourage people to do it if they're at all interested. I actually don't. I rarely encourage people to do it, but I'm on YouTube and Twitch, and I'm supposed to encourage people to do it. It's the correct way to grow a community, right? But let's face it, I'm a bit shit at that. So that'll carry on. That will continue. Do you remember when I started Q&Asa and the fucking internet connection went? Do you know how much I pay for my internet connection? It's disgusting. And it's not good enough for friggin' PC game services to disrupt what I'm doing. Furious, I was furious. You think I need to do an Elden Ring poster behind me or a Dark Souls 3 one? Do you know, it would make sense. Like, old Arthur's there. I have not played World of Warcraft since he was there, and even then it was only because I had a group of people playing it. Really, Arthur's to me, even though that's World of Warcraft Arthur's, it more represents Warcraft 3, which is a million years old. Cloud represents like the original Final Fantasy 7 that is also a million years old. Skyrim is actually the freshest of the games in the background, and that's also a million years old. So yeah, it might make sense to have something Elden Ring at some point, but I don't know. I'm not in a hurry to throw money at new pictures. Ask for some money back, cartel. Now it's getting more obscure. I'm getting confused. Is that fingerprints on the side of my door, or is it a smudge on your monitor? That's a good question. I can see them as well, so I'm going to say fingerprints. Not my fingerprints. So that, the switches, the fuse box and shit's behind that door for the house. So, complete nonsense this. You get a smart meter in your house, and they still send some random every 6 months or so to check your meter. Why? What is your purpose? We have a smart meter. Why are you here? Stop putting fingerprints on my door and then getting me called out by Dave live on stream. It's humiliating. Shove your smart meter up your ass or stop ringing my doorbell. But it's what happens. So, thank you for pointing that out, Dave Back. You're right, I can't unsee it now either. It's like, it's filthy. Which is in keeping with the rest of my room, which is far worse, to be fair. But I try and show you the clean bit. You flew too close to the microwave. How are you flying? Good though. Borderlands 4 might happen on this Thursday as well, but we have had proceedings slightly disrupted and interrupted and disturbed by Sony, who have announced their state of play at 10 o'clock on Thursday. Over 60 minutes, which is relatively long for the state of play format to show. They said like news, first party games and other bits and pieces. I can't remember what they said. I don't follow it that closely, you know, but there is a Sony state of play happening on Thursday, which could potentially have some interesting gaming stuff. And I haven't decided what to do about that, because as you know, I don't really do like reaction content or like any kind of content really, but it sits right in the middle of when I would be streaming with Amin. So we'll figure that out. That'll be something we update on Discord to see what's happening. It does suit shut down the podcast on Saturday, right? It'll give us something to talk about. Is that a spot developing on my forehead? Probably. I'm very young and ripe with teenage issues. Thank you, Dave Mack. Icarus didn't have a microwave. What are you talking about? You're crazy. Yeah, on your right arse cheek. A microwave, that's like, probably useful, I suppose. A little bit embarrassing, but... what are we doing? That's all the games that I played. That's all the games that you played, apparently. Is there any news to talk about? Is there anything that people want to talk about? Obviously, on YouTube, you've got the question box, right? So you can stick things in there, and we'll address them at the end. But is there anything in the meantime worth picking up on? Did anybody pick anything up from the Nintendo Direct that happened? Anything stand out there as interesting? I know for a lot of people across Xbox and Nintendo land, the Final Fantasy VII Remake is a thing worth playing at the moment. Old for those of us that have already played it though. Still highly recommend it for anyone that hasn't and has even a slight inkling of an interest in Final Fantasy things, because it sure is a powerful nostalgia hit. It is well executed, the remake, so. But it is not fresh to me. There's that weird Elliot game. There was a game that's trying to mimic the success of, or the, not the success, but mimic what people loved about Chrono Trigger, and I can't remember what it's called, but there's a timey-wimey RPG as well that was revealed there. Turok Origins, you know, I haven't looked at that. I'm going to look at that right now. Because it was revealed at the Nintendo one, and obviously Turok has its N64 origins, but this was a new multi-platform one, which I have not seen yet. I'm going to watch it from the Nintendo channel and pop it here. So, Journey to the Lost Lands. Oh, it looks shit. What are we talking about? It's got rain though. I like that. Saber Interactive. Okay. That's not a dinosaur. I don't actually know the kind of lore and story of Turok. Double O Gamer does. He's a Turok 2 super fan. But yeah, I know little about it. And I didn't expect this trailer to be third person as it is. Yeah, like I'll reserve judgment. It might be fun. What kind of multiplayer has it got? I mean, why are you saying community games? Is it? It had a big stage that looked like it would suit an arena mode a minute ago. Quite a lot of it looks that way, but they're obviously showing more campaign-focused things. Are you thinking community games as a co-op thing, or is there an arena competitive side to the game? It is co-op. Oh, I bollocksed it again. Wait. Okay, it's done. Need to fix that. I'm streaming from 2 different PCs and that control is out of sync. Oh, you said split stream. Split stream doesn't exist. I mean, split stream was Whoa, wasn't it a thing? But it doesn't exist. You mean Thursday games? So split stream was expensive. Otherwise, I'd love to. It was a good format for a stream, and I enjoyed doing it. But expensive. Isle birthday party coming soon. 4.2 months. On the math and everything, very daunting. Definitely too close to the microwave. Please ask more questions, or you have to ask another 9. There's no mandate for questions or a certain number of them. Really, we're all just grateful that the internet settled down and let me talk to you all for a bit. But we don't need this to be long. We just need it to happen consistently and regularly, so. GoldenEye 007 N64 game is one of, if not your all-time favourites. Yeah, okay, cool. So that ages you, 00 gamer. I know pretty much where you are now. And I'm assuming the 00 in your name is taken from your time spent on GoldenEye on the N64. Halo Reach is the best Halo game. Hard to fault that opinion. It is really good. Played that quite recently, actually. Not for the first time, but went through it with Luke, who I do the podcast with. And it was nice to go back and see like Bungie's Halo, because it is structured quite differently to the more recent Halo games, and it became very apparent revisiting it. Like the change of direction became more noticeable, because the way that you approach set pieces in Reach is great. It was very enjoyable to play, actually, even like recently. And obviously the story, I like when things are sad. It's my favourite. So Reach is a very good Halo game. The first Halo game is still my favourite though, I think. But yes, Reach is good. Halo went to shit when they tried to be more like Call of Duty. Yeah. I mean, the multiplayer side of it, certainly. Halo 4 did not get well received for its multiplayer. I'm not sure they necessarily tried to be like Call of Duty in terms of the way they delivered the campaign in Halo 4, but I wasn't a massive fan of that either. Looked brilliant, like it was a gorgeous game, the Halo 4 campaign, but I didn't really want to romance my AI companion. It was a bit strange and creepy. Strange direction. I still wish that they had like concluded that mini trilogy though, a sub trilogy, that there was a Halo 6 that rounded off Cortana's story properly. Just the gameplay. Yeah, I mean, I didn't really play the Call of Duties of the time, so it's hard for me to say what did and didn't copy Call of Duty. I know in terms of multiplayer, they introduced like the loadouts and the sprinting and all of that kind of stuff that people expected from Call of Duty. And they definitely tried to mimic it more so there. But I haven't played Call of Duty campaigns to know where the similarities kind of start and finish there. You don't understand what's behind me? Well, be more specific. I can tell you everything behind me, actually. There's not that much, right? That's the Lich King. He's from World of Warcraft. That's Cloud. He's from Final Fantasy VII. That's the Dragonborn from Skyrim, potentially, except you make your own character there, but it's the kind of iconic thingamy-thing poster art for Skyrim, you know? Those are lights. Wonders of technology and magic combined. How many doors? See, if you had seen Q&Asa last week, you would know that we covered that in depth. I can't possibly go over it again. So that's through that door, but I'm not going to open it right now. What else have we got? Call of Duty, Halo, things like that. That was mean. That I'm not even lying. Like, we did talk about it last week. It might it may end up being a recurring discussion as people come along and notice the number of doors behind me, one after the other. Am I going to play Deadlock with you? Do you want me to? I mean, is this a proposition? Dave, I'm not going to tell you which door that is because you already know. Like your right arse cheek with the microwave. I understand. I understand. I mean, have you been playing Deadlock? I know you threatened to, but you're still just on Counter-Strike, aren't you? Deadlock, I think, is flooded with people that are better than I am. And it might make it arduous for you as well, because I will hold you back, but you're not going to suck at Deadlock. You'll be fine, right? Because Deadlock has this mechanic of, for those that don't know, it's Valve's like shooty MOBA. But one of its like signature mechanics to separate it from your Overwatches and stuff like that is it has like an intensified version of League of Legends last hit thing. In League of Legends, it's a pain in the ass because you have to time the killing blow on your enemies to make sure that you get the rewards for it, and it's quite gamey and arbitrary, and I don't like it very much. But in Deadlock, it's I think mostly third person. I don't know if you can play it first person or not. Definitely third person though. Shooting game for most characters. Most of them have guns, and the mechanic is when you kill an opposing player, these like orbs float off of them, and you have to shoot the orbs to collect them. But the other team can also out twitch you and shoot those orbs faster than you can to I don't know, rob you of the benefit. And you'll be fine on that because you're a sharpshooter, so you'll be killing everything and getting all of the rewards that you need. And I will be spinning around, falling off of the bridges, not really knowing what's going on in the way that I typically play games. But yeah, I'll do that with you. I mean, maybe it'll be entertaining. I do want like a competitive game that I can play for more than 5 minutes. Actually make some kind of progress in, but Ollie, you died again, fell into the pit again, so your Minecraft thing, I didn't actually see how many days you'd gone, but I'm assuming none. Remember when that Red Bull guy free fell from space? Bring up the clip. I will not. I do remember what you're talking about, but why would I bring up the clip? You had said 20 minutes. I'm sorry, I missed your 20 minutes. Dave can play Deadlock with us. Everyone can play Deadlock with us. I mean, I can put an open call out for the entirety of the community and see who wants to. It's 5 players in a team, right? You did request it. You did request it, but you need to give me an explanation. I'm not bringing it up. No, we're not playing Deadlock right now. Definitely not playing it right now. Today's Dark Souls 3 day. I've already promised. You just want to see it. Just close this stream then and have a look on your phone. It's fine. Please do it, please. Now you're making me feel bad for refusing. I don't want to bring up the Red Bull thing. Red Bull Spacefall, right. I can't. Oh, the pressure's too much. Space jump? Yeah. Or... Right, 63 million views. Why am I bringing this up? It's there. The whole channel just got a copyright strike for stealing from Red Bull. But it's there. You're sure Chronic doesn't have a door to his living room? You're sure it's 4 walls with no exit? Then how does he get his takeaway in there? Must have at least a letterbox. You get 420p so you don't get in trouble. What? They can scan stuff at that resolution. It's not even that low for the size of the window that I've got there. Why are we watching this, Isla? Can you explain? I also don't actually think I'm going to get a copyright strike for this. YouTube are more hot on audio anyway, which I'm not even playing, so. We have Marmite ambivalence and wingless energy drinks. I've always been ambivalent to Marmite. It's alright sometimes. But I am free of corporate influence. Their catchy slogans can't influence me. You didn't fight in the Marmite Wars for this. Well, the key is to disconnect from like all social media and stuff like that. Which is the way to go. Why are we watching this, Isla? You didn't explain. It's very not a thing that I want to see. Look at him fall. Yes. Is there like a punchline coming or some purpose to this? Dave, mate, you were up a ladder the other day. falling into... Wait a minute, my chat moved and it kind of blended seamlessly. But Dave, your upper ladder the other day, exact same view as this. Neat. It's my regular view when I just stand up. It's pretty okay. So, this is still going. Right, I don't think we need it, so I'm going to skip to the end and see if he dies or not. There's no blood. He's alright. He's alright, folks. We can close that and move on. We all fall from space one way or another. Okay. 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 Which are the important comments? I'm struggling to distinguish the nonsense from the important ones. All of them are important. I can't read all of them. It's too much reading. I have a maximum capacity, which I have exceeded. What the fuck was that about, Dave Mac? I can't tell you. I don't know. I don't know. I have regrets. So, is anybody expecting anything in particular, or hoping for anything in particular, for the Sony State of Play on Thursday? Because they've been quiet for a couple of years. Besides showing a little bit of Wolverine, they've not really let us know too much. I go into it hoping for... I don't really care, whatever. Whatever, show me some games. And I'm quite, like, easily pleased. I've got too much to play already, so it's whatever. But it is nice to, like, get them actually showing their hand at last. Showing us some things we get to play. You're falling for so long. Okay, not as long as that video, because that was long. That was really long. Dave Mac, you're going to send me a video of you cutting your toenails. It's good content, but unless it's like on YouTube, I'm not bringing it up. So you best get uploading, Dave Mac. Game of Passion, you hope to see fair game. As in you're... I don't know if you're being sincere or if you're like expecting terrible things from it or expecting a cancellation from it, because head of studio departed, right? But fair games, as far as we know, lives on. I doubt they're going to start showing it in the run-up to Marathon launching, though. That's how it felt. Okay. Okay. Did you fall again and get your stuff back? Was it actually drastic? Do you know what? I've run out of stuff to talk about. Let's go on to our questions. Let's go on to our questions. And then we'll go on to a drink refresher and Dark Souls 3. So, first question is very small up here. Let me move it around. Isla, how mad would you have been if I made a thumbnail, that game that I can't say, and Iron Lung? I wouldn't have been mad in the slightest. I would have been very grateful that you put a thumbnail together for me. So, missed opportunity, you could have done it. And I would have said, okay, I would have put it on the YouTube channel. I would have apologized at the start for having nothing to say about either one of the images on the thumbnail. Nobody would have heard of it because at the start I didn't have a connection, so most of what I was saying was getting missed. But yeah, could have been a thing. Can we talk about Iron Lung? You can talk about Iron Lung. I don't know anything about it. Like, I know about it. I know it's like a horror game and there's a submarine that descends into blood for some reason, and Markiplier liked it a lot and went and made a film about it, right? Starred in and directed a movie. You went to see it at the cinema. Lots of other people went to see it at the cinema. Did pretty okay. It beat out that Millennia Amazon film, which is good. I'm not saying that film is good. Good to see weird indie films surpass things. And that's it. That's the entirety of what I have to say about Iron Lung. Has Markiplier just announced a next film project, or was it a one-off, or what do you know? Is it worth playing the game when you've seen the film? Does it make you want to play the game? It was 2.101 hours and you didn't piss, so not that scary. Good work. Try the game. I'm not going to try the game. I was asking if you were going to try the game. I've not got time to try the game. The movie is better if you've already played it. You never piss from fear. Okay, challenge accepted. You piss from sneezing. Okay. Not much challenge to be had there then. Okay, I'll leave it. So, yeah, that's it. That's all I've got for Iron Lung. So, say more if you want to, but please also bring up the next... Shit, it's already there. When will you revisit Elden Ring for the DLC? I'm not even going to say who asked this one because everybody knows. Well, actually, to be fair, quite a few people would ask that question. So this one, on this occasion, it was Chronic. But Chronic already knows the answer. I'm going to revisit Elden Ring to play the DLC once I have completed Dark Souls 3, which is likely to be today because I'm really good at it and I'll just breeze through to the end. Probably do all of the bosses back to back. Not true at all. It's going to be a while, right? It's going to take me a while to get through Dark Souls 3. I will take your guidance, Chronic, actually, on whether I should do the Dark Souls 3 DLC when that time comes. Whether I should go to that snowy painted land or whether I should drop it and go to Elden Ring straight away. But it's not just the DLC for Elden Ring either. Like, I've got a few bosses I should mop up as well, haven't I? Because I haven't done the one everyone talks about. I haven't done Melania. Is that right? Or is that like the one the film was about? You know the boss I haven't done. You know it better than I do. Tin stomach, mercury intestines, copper kidney, cobalt. Never mind. Oh, I see. You're doing sequels, potential sequels or alternatives to Iron Lung. I would watch... I was going to say I would watch Gold Rectum, but actually I don't think I would watch any of those. So, that's the answer to when I'm going to play the Elden Ring DLC. Let's have the next one, please. Don't take your advice. You've not done the Dark Souls 3 DLC yourself yet. Why not? You love Dark Souls 3 and you played through it multiple times, haven't you? Fix them posters. I'm actually never going to fix those posters. It's impossible. You're talking about them being wonky, aren't you? But what's actually happening there is they're tilted forwards. And having them look all straight and aligned with the other edges is never going to happen. So what I'll do is I'll set fire to the house. And then everybody wins. So, best tutorial and worst tutorial. I don't do tutorials, so that's impossible to answer. That's Isla. Best tutorial. So I'm going to give you worst tutorial, actually. Monster Hunter World was the worst tutorial that I can think of. And I've played Driver, by the way. They are squint, you cock. What does that mean? There goes my insurance claim. Good point, Wix. It's okay, I can delete this stream and nobody will ever know. Nobody will ever know. Squint just means not level. I know they're not level. I can see Cloud in particular is looking wonky, right? But it's a trick. It's a perspective trick. Because the camera's slightly off center and Cloud tilts forwards. So he looks more wonky than he is. I'll put a spirit level on there for you, Dave. So you can see next time. Did I manage to finish the driver tutorial? I did. I did all the slalom and the nonsense and the things you had to do in Driver. It was fine, right? So I know of that notorious tutorial. Have done it. It is included in this kind of selection process. But I'm going with Monster Hunter World. Because Monster Hunter World had such a tutorial issue that I didn't play it. Because the way that it worked is you'd speak to someone and they'd give you an instruction. And then a tooltip would come up that just paraphrases the same instruction. And it happened... Oh, it was relentless. Like, everywhere you'd go, it'd be like, go and talk to a shopkeeper. And you go and talk to the shopkeeper. And they'd say, hello, I'm a shopkeeper. And then a big tooltip would come up and say, this person is a shopkeeper. And you'd have to close it and close it and close it. And it just went on and on and on. I still want to play Monster Hunter Wilds, though. But that was... like a bad tutorial experience that stands out in my mind right now. I'm sure there are worse tutorials, but that stands out as fucking A, that was irritating. Best tutorial. Like, the best ones are the ones that are just embedded into the gameplay, and I can't think of a good example. But games that just lead you through narrative or intuitively through the instructions on how to play it would count as best tutorial. I don't have a good example, and obviously different games have different amounts of information that they need to kind of convey in different amounts of times. And it's one of those things where old games didn't have the same burden as new ones. In a new game, it has to be good within the first 10 minutes, because most people don't pay for games anymore. They get subscriptions and all the rest of it, or like at least even if they pay for a game, they've still got 800 other games available to play at any given time. So games have to be much more front-loaded than they used to be. So if I were to go back to actual good experiences of games that delivered their mechanics like properly and over time, I reckon games of the past would be better than games of the present, because they could afford to be more patient with it without people going, no, I'm playing something else immediately. Best tutorial was Half-Life 2. I don't remember. I'm assuming like it would give you the simple puzzles for the gravity gun and stuff like that, right? And you would just intuit how it works, and then it would build on it from there to make the puzzles more and more complex. Yeah, Portal 2 probably does it well. I'm probably the first Portal as well, because everything in there is delivered very in-universe, and I like that. I like that far more than I like pop-ups and tooltips, but I'm undecided on like what I'll do for the game that I'm making as a consideration. There's not much. It's fine. It's easy. I don't need to give much of a tutorial or convey information very clearly, because I want certain things to be vague. I've been doing that, by the way. I didn't mention it earlier in the thing. I have still been developing away, but I have nothing to show for it. I spent ages coding to bring myself to the point that I was already at, but just restructure things ready for what I want to do next. And I have decisions to make. Press spacebar to say Apple. Is that what it does? I can't remember Portal 2. Near as well as you. I have Brian. I have Brian damage. What kind of Brian damage? I don't even know anybody called Brian as far as I'm aware. And if I did, I'm willing to bet he couldn't damage me in any significant way. Unless he gave me carrots. But besides that, I don't reckon Brian could hurt me. So, do we have any more questions? From how high up have you jumped into water? Oh, too high. I got in trouble. Who's asked that? Isla's asked that. I went, a friend had a stag do of a sort that was a very wholesome adventure stag do. And it involved, where did we even go? I can't remember. I'm going to say Wales, but it might not have been Wales at all. And there was a go through like cold water and forest adventure mode. I can't remember what they called it. Some trekking thing though. And lots of climbing up rocks and junk like that. And lots of jumping off of like little waterfalls and things. And I disobeyed instructions and jumped off the very high one and got told that that was stupid and I'm not allowed to jump anymore or whatever else. It was quite high. I've jumped from quite high into water, yes. But not, like, it was a full-on belly flop on purpose, because why not? And that's why I got in trouble. Big height, big splash, big crunch. No bones broken. It's not exactly lore. There's not much to it, but it's as direct an answer as I can give to. What about you? When have you jumped from height to water? And next question is already prepped. Banned from gravity. Exactly. They said I'm not allowed to embrace that anymore. No physics for you, sir. And I had to float the rest of the holiday. You can jump from the big one at the local pool. Yeah, no, quite a bit higher than that it was, but which was the last game? This is Pete. Hello Pete, how's it going? How's Arc Raiders? I saw you playing Arc Raiders again. It surprised me. I know you were looking forward to Arc Raiders ahead of its release, but I didn't actually anticipate it would stick as hard as it has for you. And you are the only person I know that still regularly gets on with the Arc Raiders. Which was the game that I least thought I would enjoy, but turned out to be a stunner? I don't know, Pete, because if I don't anticipate that I'll enjoy a game, I'm unlikely to play it. So there's not many on the list. But if I had to guess, well, I don't have to guess. It's like my own opinion. You don't guess your own opinions, your own opinions. Well, I didn't have that particular issue either. I wasn't in a bikini on that day. And I knew which way the air was, so... I don't know, Pete. Have you got an example of a game you didn't expect to be any good? Because I haven't. I've got 0 examples. Yeah, got nothing. I'm quite stubborn, and if I don't like the look of a game, then I don't play it. And sometimes I make a mistake. Like, I didn't like the look of Arc Raiders, but I was convinced to play it by its popularity and all the rest of it, and I didn't like it. So, Humanity. But why did you play Humanity if you expected it to be bad? You loved it way more than you thought. I know Isla got into Humanity and played it a bunch as well. I never did. It's a fully VR supported game that I should have played at some point, but never did. Now that I've finished wait, I'm getting ahead. Didn't read that. Sorry, my bad. Next question, please. A new one popped up and I accidentally saw it. Play it in VR, you doofus, please. Don't know. It wasn't bad, you just weren't expecting much and you ended up loving it. I mean, now that I've finished Expedition 33, do I want the next Final Fantasy to have the same mechanics? Absolutely not. No, I do not. I loved Expedition 33, it was a brilliant game. But I do not want the next Final Fantasy to mimic, like, really any element about it. And possibly the presentation, right? The way that the way the camera is operated through its turn-based combat. By all means, borrow that if you want to. It's neat and stylish and cool. But the parries, no, don't give me parries in my Final Fantasy. They're kind of exhausting. I liked Expedition 33, but the combat was just like, yeah, it's okay. And typically, like, I would say the same about the ones that I love, like your Final Fantasy 7s and Lost Odysseys and things like that. The combat is still like, it's just okay. But I don't play those games for the combat, and I don't need those games to try and engage like my reflexes when they are delivering it. So it's not the first game to try it. It does it reasonably well, I'm sure, and it can be quite satisfying to land a nice streak of parries, but no, I would rather the next Final Fantasy doesn't copy any of that. The next game from that studio, by all means take your own work forwards, but no spoilers. Is it multi? What, Humanity? No idea. No idea. Didn't even know it had a multiplayer. So, are we done? Was that all the questions? I think that was all the questions. Which means we can begin to wrap up. And I say begin to wrap up, I just mean wrap up like on the spot immediately. Oh shit. Favorite fish. I don't eat fish, they're disgusting. Who's either calling a doofus? Oh, me, yeah. Oh no, that's fine. Or no, maybe it's you, Pete. She may be calling you. You like yellow tang. I like fighters. It's the only fish worth having. But I don't like fish. To eat or to keep. Actually, that's not true. If I had, if I was like just plain wealthy, then I would potentially replace my entire wall with fish. But not if I had to look after them myself. I'm not going to Google any of these fish. Fish, I don't like fish fingers, wicks. Not even keen on those. Whitebait, is that sounds like a food thing rather than a yeah, ornament. Fish are boring. They don't do anything except die. I don't like them. I will not, Isla. It's not important. You're not going to please your way out of this one. You had your Red Bull video of boring descent. We're not doing it. Tuna is disgusting, Craig. Thank you. It's fine for cats. Like, it smells bad, but I'll let them eat it. And also my children, they can eat tuna as well, but not for me. Isla, if it's important for you, close the stream and go and look it up. You can do it. So yeah, food, Pete. I knew there were fish, but I didn't know if you were talking like taste or ornamental value. And you were talking for consumption. Gross. Fish are gross. I have spoken. So let's do the end. I will close this now. I will press my little end button if I can remember how that works. It's around here somewhere. And I will be back on the same Twitch channel and the other YouTube channel in about 10 minutes with a fresh set of drinks, a big set of headphones, a controller in my hand to play some Dark Souls 3. Isla, you can do what you want with the thumbnail. You have absolute power and freedom of carnage. But for now, thank you everyone for coming through and chatting some shit. And I will see you in a bit, or in the Discord, or whenever it may be. Blech.